Folsom Field was full and then some yesterday in Boulder, Colorado for the exciting Big 8 showdown between the Buffaloes of Colorado and the Sooners of Oklahoma. A real scramble this year in the Big 8. Before yesterday's games, 5 teams, including these two, were tied for the lead at 2-1. A couple of interesting notes. Oklahoma, which lost to Oklahoma State last week, hasn't lost 2 in a row since 1970, but has lost 3 of its last 5 games against Colorado and Boulder. Colorado, coached by Bill Mallory, and calling signals will be number 12, Jeff Knappel. Oklahoma, coached by Barry Switzer, who is now 37-2-2 with the Sooners. One Sooner quarterback will be number 6, sophomore Tom Lott. And also calling signals for Oklahoma will be number 2, junior Dean Blevins. And no game starts in Boulder without a visit from Ralphie the Buffalo. Colorado took an early 3-0 lead on a 38-yard field goal by Tim Mangle, and now the Sooners at their 29, and look at Ken King. He breaks through a tremendous hole and goes all the way 71 yards and a Sooner touchdown. The extra point by Von Schillman is good, and the Sooners go ahead 7-3. And things bounce Oklahoma's way as Colorado's Tony Reed at his 16 goes over right guard, fumbles the ball, and free safety. Zach Henderson recovers for the Sooners. It's deep in Buffalo territory, and Oklahoma already has a 7-3 lead. From the 17, Elvis Peacock fights his way forward for a gain of 6. A lot of hard hitting right here. And on the 11, quarterback Tom Lott picks up 7 yards, and gets a first down at the 4-yard line. Pretty hard to keep Oklahoma out when they get this close. The second man through. Horace Ivory goes in for the touchdown for Oklahoma. The extra point by Von Schillman is good, and the Sooners forge in front 14-3 as the first quarter comes to an end before this record Folsom Field crowd of better than 53,000 fans. The Buffaloes on the Sooner 40, 3rd and 5. Knappel rolling left. Makes the cut, and goes 21 yards before having an abrupt meeting with the artificial turf in Boulder. A few moments later, from the 10-yard line, number 42, senior Jim Kelleher, takes it, blasts through a hole, and he's got a first down at the 4-yard line. On a 3rd and goal from the 2, it's Kelleher who gets the call again, and he goes in for a Colorado touchdown. Tim Mangle's extra point is good, and Oklahoma's lead is cut to 14-10. Last year in a real thriller, Oklahoma won in Norman 21-20. A big turnover coming up here against Oklahoma. Colorado's Stan Koleski punts late in the second quarter, fielded by Lee Hover. As he starts his run back, you'll see him spin, and he loses the ball right there. And it's recovered deep in Sooner territory by Colorado at the 28-yard line. And the Buffaloes waste no time from the 28. Knappel on the option, tries it himself, and Knappel takes it in for the touchdown. The extra point is good, and Colorado now has taken the lead 17-14. Incidentally, Knappel is a native of Boulder. He attended UCLA, but has come home, much to the delight of Coach Mallory. Sooners on their 30. Lee Hover on this play. Blevins hits him with a perfect pass. He's got it for 51 yards before he is finally brought down at the Buffalo 19-yard line. From the 19, Peacock has it. Watch a block by number 60, Jaime Melendez here. Holds that man right through, then gets the second man, and it's an 8-yard gain to the 11 for Oklahoma. 2 plays later, Peacock again. He's got 6 more, and the Sooners are threatening. Oklahoma goes back in front on the very next play, and they make it look incredibly easy. Ken King goes practically untouched through a huge hole in the line, and the Sooners have scored. The extra point is good by Von Schillman. Oklahoma leads 21-17 in a ding-dong battle, but Colorado moves fast to the Oklahoma 43 on a first down. Knappel finding number 40, Emery Moorhead, open. He's got it for 20 yards. The Sooners hold. And from 39 yards out, Tim Mangle, just a freshman, tries a field goal. It's high enough, and it's long enough. And the Sooner lead has been cut to 21-20 as the first half ends just about as close as you can get. Each team with 222 yards total offense, Oklahoma leading 21-20. Back for the second half of this game in just a moment on College Football 76. Back at Folsom Field in Boulder, Colorado, Oklahoma leading Colorado 24-20 on a field goal by Von Shaman early in the third quarter, and now the Sooners have it on the Colorado 23 following an interception by Jerry Reese. Horace Ivory takes it, breaks some tackles, and moves forward for 9 yards. Just a couple of moments later, on the 12-yard line, quarterback Tom Lott on the keeper. He has 9 before he's chopped down at the 3-yard line. And then after a 1-yard loss, it's Horace Ivory once again, spinning his way and churning into the end zone. Oklahoma's top scorer shows how it's done. An Oklahoma touchdown. The extra point by Von Shaman is good. And the Sooners now lead 31-20. But I'll tell you, this game is far from being over. Coming up, a big play for Colorado. On its own 30, Knappel spots Billy Waddy. And he throws the bomb. Waddy is in the open. And this senior scores on a 70-yard scoring play. The Buffaloes scored 2 points on the conversion following this touchdown, so Oklahoma's lead is now cut to 31-28. And there's much more to come. Things actually go from bad to worse for Oklahoma. On the 25, Lott handing off to King, but Charlie Johnson of Colorado jars the ball loose. Muxlow recovers for the Buffaloes, and Colorado has the football. From the 21, Jim Kelleher blasting forward. He picks up 9 yards, and they get it down to the 12. The pitch on this one goes to Tony Reed. Does a good job of maintaining his balance, gets 7 yards, and he gets it down to the 5. This ball game really up for grabs, typifying the play this year in the Big 8. To prove it, Kelleher blasts his way into the end zone, and Colorado has come back for the second time this afternoon to take the lead 35-31. The Sooners couldn't move the ball. Colorado has it early in the fourth quarter on the Buffalo 25. Knappel has Emory Moorhead, a great block by number 42 coming up by Kelleher on this particular play. Watch it. Gain of 38 on the play. And a first down at the 21-yard line. 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Knappel on the keep picks his way for 19 yards before he is being forced out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And from there, Jim Kelleher gets the call. He goes over right guard for the Colorado touchdown. Mangle's extra point is good, and the Buffaloes now lead it 42-31. 7 minutes and 23 seconds to go, and the Sooners still trying to rally from their 27. Blevins finding freshman Steve Rhodes at the 47. He's got 27 yards. 2 plays later, Blevins goes back to Rhodes. And a leaping catch similar to a basketball rebound coming up on this one as he hangs onto the ball and a first down at the Buffalo 26-yard line. But it was not to be Oklahoma's day. On this pass from Blevins to Lee Hover, number 21, Horace Perkins, is right there with Hover in the end zone. And look at this interception. Right there into his arms, and the fans in Boulder are ecstatic. Time runs out, and Colorado wins a big one from Oklahoma, the final score. Colorado 42, Oklahoma 31, a sobering loss to the Sooners, who lose their second straight. The Big 8 chase now has 3 leaders, Colorado, Nebraska, and Oklahoma State, all with 3-1 records. What a moment. Back in a moment with a final word on College Football 76.